What's wrong with you? Sit your ass down. Sit down. Shut up. What up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Danny, and welcome to the Clown World. We're going to watch a video today from Piers Morgan, and in this video, he's having an interview with Jaguar, interviewing Vlad and a lawyer. If you know Jaguar, you know that this woman has been saying a lot of things about a lot of stuff that's going on in the music industry. She also has named some names and she pointed fingers at some people. Most people normally call her conspiracy theorist because of the things that she's talking about. I have never seen anyone sue her, but she's going to say some stuff in this interview which were quite interesting, and I hope that this woman has the best lawyer in the world, because if you are saying that people are implicated in something that they might not be implicated in, you better be ready to lawyer up. Because anyway, let's listen to her and then gonna give you my 1-2 cents.
Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Sean Combs have one person in common.
Jaguar Wright is known to be a conspiracy theorist.
I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil.
Everyone wanted to go to Diddy's white parties when they were happening. If I got an invite, I would go, but there's a party within a party.
Jay-Z and Beyonce are not here, unfortunately, to respond to.
Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters.
She's saying a lot of things that could be considered libelous.
I think if Diddy cooperates and gives up some big names of actual crimes that they committed, that'd be a way of actually lessening the amount of time that he does, or possibly even walking away.
I absolutely do not see him being victorious in a criminal trial.
This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching for decades. It must stop.
Well, Diddy's downfall has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and beyond. The blast radius from the uncovering of his alleged offences could yet swallow many more powerful and famous figures. Diddy is accused of creating a criminal enterprise which engaged in sex trafficking, racketeering, kidnapping, bribery and forced labour. His lawyers say he'll fight the charges, but after the testimony you're about to hear, you'll be staggered he avoided the attention of law enforcement for so long. I'll speak to a lawyer, a whistleblower and an insider for an uncensored insight into the showbiz scandal of a generation. And Jaguar, I'm going to start with you. You've been called a whistleblower.
Them glasses are big though.
You knew Sean Diddy Combs for a long time. You attended a number of his infamous parties. And in 2022, you made headlines after comments where you called him a sex trafficker. And in response, you were called crazy and jealous. Do you feel vindicated by the events of the last few weeks?
No, not at all. Because he's just the beginning. Until him and his cohorts are all held to account publicly and legally, the victims, they're not safe.
How bad was it?
That's what I care about. I care about the victims.
No, I understand. How bad was it, do you think, what was going on?
I'm going to tell you right now that me, as a woman who has been in the industry for over 30 years, I've been performing live since I was 13. My first handler was McKinley Horton. I come to find out
She's naming names, all right? You have to remember, she is naming names. And if those people haven't done anything wrong, they're going to come for her.
5 years later, that a scar that was on his face with a very elaborate story he gave me was put there by a woman who he assaulted. To live through these things and hear your elders in the business, people like Patti LaBelle say, just avoid him, honey. And being taught to be just avoid him, honey. It's not good enough. Not when you live through these things, you're still suffering the PTSD created by all of this, and you're talking to a victim that's 20 years younger than you, and she's telling you the exact same thing that happened to you. So you want to know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
There's been obviously a lot of
cruelty-free artistry.
Right. There's been a lot of rumor mill about what has happened in the rap world. A lot of allegations that the misogyny in the lyrics clearly was based on a general misogyny towards women away from the music. And that clearly seems to have been borne out by these charges against Diddy, which if he's found guilty of all this, he's never coming out of prison. How dangerous do you think...
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucien Grange. He was...
She's calling names again. She's calling names.
Selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it for all of its precious jewels. We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous. And everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job. He's the Judas.
Do you think that if he's cornered in the way that he's been now, that he may start revealing things about...
When she's done with this conversation, she needs a good ass lawyer, because, bruh, because this is people's life. You're playing with people's life, and if you're sitting here and you're calling people's names and you saying that this person has done this person has done that, while they didn't do all the stuff that you're saying that they done, you have to be ready for the heat, because the heat it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot like hell.
He has no choice. His ego and his drug addiction won't allow him to do anything different. Anybody who thinks he's not going to talk is crazy. The simple fact that he's not saying more now only means that the people who have been protecting him all along, who put him in position to be such a horror to the Black community, still find value in him. He's got everybody on tape. They all know it. It's a mess.
For those who were never at these freak-off parties, what were they like?
See, this is the thing. Everything that I'm about to say to you is not my firsthand knowledge. It is my firsthand witness account experience. I was a sex worker. I was a dominatrix before I got my record deal. That's how I know how the dark world and the sex world and the entertainment world run hand in hand. That's why the movie Blink Twice is so important. Salute to Zoe Kravitz. The sex workers that I have worked with throughout the years and continue to work with even to this day have worn hidden cameras. I have my own tapes.
Did y'all hear what she says? She said that she had people going to these parties with their own cameras and filming shit. That's illegal too. That's illegal. Wow.
I've seen what they do. The ritualistic behaviors, the drugging, putting girls in the suitcases.
Damn.
Dumping them in alleyways. It's horrifying.
So just so y'all know, this is her words. This is what she's saying. This is what she's alleging. There's no proof. We haven't seen any proof that this is happening. So we have to be, sometimes what the media shows you about something that's happening, most of the time, it's not true. That doesn't mean that she's lying. So when you're listening to people like this telling this story, you have to put your emotions on the side. Use your head and use logic. Because she might just say this for clout. Who knows? We don't know. I don't know what kind of proof she has, but the fact that she's saying that she has video recording of what was going on in that place, she's also committing a crime because you're filming people without their consent.
And it's all done under the protection of this is going to be paid off. There's another NDA. This is going to be, it's terrible.
It seems to have been something that a lot of people knew about, but people were simply too scared to talk about.
Everyone knows. And every person that's sitting there trying to act surprised knows very well.
This is one thing that I've been asking myself about this whole Diddy saga. All these people that were all going to this party, they all knew what was happening. They all know what was going on the Freak Offs. The moment this thing came out and they heard about videos, a lot of people got freaked out because they are thinking, shit, what if this guy was filming me too? You've done something that like maybe society won't agree with.
The whole point of this, like Cat Williams said when he sat with Shay Shay earlier this year, the whole point of this is for them in a coordinated effort to pretend like none of it is real for the public's perception. But everyone knows what's going on, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on before Diddy. See, people keep looking at him like he's the Sputnik that came out of nowhere. This is someone who was designed to be what he is. We got to stop making Diddies. And if we're going to do that, then we got to go back. We got to go back to even further, the mentors of these people. Because Diddy was taught how to do what he does systematically, and Clive Davis has been his greatest teacher.
Look, Clive Davis is not here to respond to that, nor is Jay-Z. But a lot of people, famous people in the music industry, have been notable, like I say, by their silence so far. It's also been notable that since the Me Too campaign began in 2017, the music industry has largely avoided the same scrutiny that other industries have had. Why do you think that is?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Since Me Too began in 2017, the music industry has largely avoided the same kind of scrutiny that other industries have had. Why do you think that is?
Well, because the Me Too movement was a ruse. It was a setup. It was a scam. I'm saying that now, publicly. Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there.
Do
If
you
the
think...
Me Too movement were real...
She brought up Aaliyah too. Yo.
Why aren't they speaking now? They've also been very quiet in this time of the diddler's downfall.
Jaguar...
Guess they on vacation.
If this goes to court, Jaguar, do you think the world is going to be shocked by what comes out?
Oh, absolutely. I just don't know why they are. It's been happening in front of everyone's faces for decades. For decades.
How many victims...
What's the difference between me and Judy Garland? Social media.
How many victims...
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Jaguar, please get a good lawyer. Get a good lawyer. You have named a lot of people. If she's right and she's not wrong, then it's good. It's a good thing. But if she's wrong and she has destroyed these people's name...
They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
Jesus Christ.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Porter?
people against their will.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. Things that people don't want to talk about. Piers.
Listen, like I said, Jay-Z and Beyonce are not here, unfortunately, to respond to that.
I know. I'm just being honest with you.
You're perfectly entitled to your views, obviously. Kim Porter,
Yes.
a new book claims that Diddy may have been involved in her early death. What do you think of that?
I think people should really look into that more.
So apparently Kim Porter's book was on Amazon, and I think Amazon has taken it down. So the book is no longer on Amazon, but it was there, so it's no longer there. I don't know where you can get it, but it's out there, and there's a lot of stuff in that book.
I am friends with Albie Shore. I love him. I love his children. I knew Kim. We used to all hang out together at the Kit Kat Club back in the mid-90s when Diddy was first starting his reign. I watched that whole thing happen.
Have you noticed every time she says Diddy's name, she has such disgust on her face? She really, really doesn't like that man.
And everything that Albert has been through, every attempt on his life that has been ignored by the authorities, it all leads back to Diddy, and everyone knows it. The wiretapping of the phones, putting air tag on children during visits, these are normal practices that these people do.
Jaguar, I've got to leave it there. I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
If you watch a lot of Jaguar's interviews online, on podcast, a lot of podcasts as she goes, she says a lot of things online. Now she's got a mainstream platform where she's repeating those things. So it's wild.
And thank you for caring.
I do care. Thank you very much. Well, I'm joined now by the host of Vlad TV, DJ Vlad. DJ Vlad, pretty horrifying listening to these testimonies. What did you make of what you just heard?
Well, Jaguar Wright is known to be a conspiracy theorist. I don't really co-sign anything that she says. I've never had her on my show.
See, I never liked DJ Vlad, never watch his things. And I always find it interesting when people go to DJ Vlad's, especially rappers, they always go and snitch on themselves. Or they say something they shouldn't say and then something happen on the streets. So this man, this white man, he sits down and let you brothers talk, and then you brothers go out there and kill each other. So, and that's why I never liked him. You know, I don't know him personally, but nah. So he's saying that she's a conspiracy theorist. That's his opinion, but that does not mean that she was wrong about stuff that she said, you know. But let's listen to this lawyer. I want to go to this lawyer. I don't want to hear about DJ Vlad's opinion because after he had his beef with Marlon Wayne. So remember the part when I say to you that Jaguar needs to get a good lawyer. Just listen to what this woman's going to say.
These alleged victims. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. There are so many people coming forward now with allegations about Diddy. What do you think about the scale of this case?
Well, before I get into that, I kind of want to address the prior two panelists. First with Mrs. Jaguar Wright. She said a lot of things that were very jarring in her explanation of what she saw and had firsthand accounts on. My concern for her, she's saying a lot of things that could be considered libelous. Right. And I would suggest that she contacts an attorney, if only to vet the information she has or purports to have from other victims. At least they can protect her, and then they can also do their due diligence, the attorneys, to make sure that the information she's receiving is accurate outside of the things that she knows and may have.
Yep, so she needs to lawyer up because she has said a lot of things that some people are not going to let go.
Proof of. I was very concerned about some of the things that she had said in her prior segment. I also want to address Mr. Vlad, who I know to be a culture vulture, who takes from the Black community and doesn't give back and puts artists in situations where then they are indicted by the police. And he's very much so what we call police type investigation in the Black community. And for him to repudiate what Mrs. Wright has said, I thought was completely out of line. He can say he doesn't agree, which is fine. But for him to be someone who constantly uses the Black community and uses them as a means for his platform, I thought that was very inconsiderate and unprofessional.
And that's how I feel about him too. But anyway, I'm not going to go further into this because this whole thing is long. This was interesting to listen to. And we've heard a lot of accusations about a lot of people. Names have been dropped. Jaguar, get yourself a good lawyer because these people are going to come after you. Because when you were saying it on YouTube, they didn't care. But you went on national TV and you said this, they do care. And Piers Morgan, as much as I don't like him, hold the interview down the way it's supposed to. This whole video has gone viral. Most of the things that Jaguar has said has gone viral. It's on every social media platform. So Jay-Z's team, Beyonce's team, all these people's their team and people that have seen this stuff. This is why she needs to get herself ready with the right, correct lawyer. Unless she's telling the truth and they are scared to come out to go after her if she's right. If she's wrong, she's effed. Anyway, my name is Danny. If you like this video, press like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.